How's it going, everyone? Back with another stream today. We're gonna be back on brand today. We're gonna be playing some Abzan, but in Pioneer. We're gonna be playing some more Siege Rhinos. I want to try out a specific card in the shell, and that's Luminarch Aspirant. For those who have been kind of tuning in the past couple streams, we've been playing a lot of Orzhov Midrange, and the card that surprised me the most was Luminarch Aspirant. And like playing that Orzhov shell, I feel like, typically with the Orzhov cards, the creatures are usually kind of small. So I kind of wanted to combine Luminarch Aspirant with, the big beefy creatures that green offers. So for example, like Siege Rhino, if you go turn 2 Aspirant or turn 3 Aspirant, and then you put a counter on Siege Rhino on turn 4, and then turn 5 you attack, it becomes a 6/7. So it outgrows Cavalier, which is really exciting. It also has trample, which is nice, which Orzhov creatures don't have. And then another card that's exciting is Grim Flayer, where the main problem I have with this card is it doesn't attack through Sylvan Caryatid, it doesn't attack through Arboreal Grazer. But now with the help of Luminarch Aspirant, it doesn't need Delirium to like plow through opponent's blockers. So we'll see how much better Grim Flayer feels with Luminarch Aspirant. The rest of the shell is kind of the usual Abzan cards that we have. Graveyard Trespasser, Scavenging Ooze, Vanishing Verse, Abrupt Decay, Assassin's Trophy, Abzan Charm, Bloodchief's Thirst, Fatal Push, Thoughtseize. So these are kind of more of the generic mid-range cards. I think Briarbatch Trigger is one of the more uncommon cards, but again, like Luminarch Aspirant turning this into a 5/4 is kind of big game. So we'll see how that goes. The main thing that I'm worried about is really the mana base. I keep mentioning this every time. Like Orzhov mana feels really good. Just having a two-colored mana base is going to be exciting to try out when we play Orzhov. But once we add that third color, the inconsistency kind of goes away. So we'll see if we can kind of get by. And hopefully the mana doesn't screw us too much. It's not too mana intensive outside of like the scavenging uses, but like everything else is just a single colored pip. So nothing double colored, obviously because we have Gigantha, but hopefully having Gigantha as a companion makes us, a little bit easier on the mana. Cyber wise, 2 Archons are kind of stock. I feel like it's really good against a lot of decks like Mono Green and Phoenix. Duress is good against Control and Phoenix, and I think combo related. Extinction Event is the sweeper choice when you have Gigant as a companion. 2 Portable Holes are for all the aggro decks. Bros, Aggro, Spirits, Humans. So just more 1 mana, efficient removal spells, kind of where we want to be. 3 reps are for Phoenix. 2 Seraph, the scales I've really liked in the previous Abzan builds. So we're trying this against Rakdos and Control, and 1 Weather Rootstone for stuff like Storm the Festival. But yeah, let's give this a go. No extractionist? No. I'm gonna try the Briarbridge trackers. I feel like when I was thinking about the extractionist, we don't have that many targets. We only have 10. Which is why I opted out. I feel like if you're gonna play extractionist, I think you want to lean a little bit more to it. I mean, it makes sense if you want to do it as like a 1 of, for example, or a 2 of, but I think Briarbridge tracker is just a better standalone threat. I wanted something that can trigger revolt, and that's what tracker does. So that's kind of why I'm running tracker instead this time. I mean, it's I will say that every time I have the tracker, I'm gonna think if it would have been better as an extractionist. I feel like extractionist is way better if Luminarch Aspirant is in the graveyard, because then like you don't care if this can attack or block. But like if you bring back a Grim Flayer, it doesn't really do anything. So that being said, like a 3-mana 3/2 lifelinker is good. So it is in my consideration to run it. But I kind of want to try Briarbridge Tracker again just because I haven't played this card within a while. I mean, yeah, it's good. I just don't know if this has enough weight to bring back, right? Like the Grim Flayer is literally like I can imagine like the reason why it's good in like the humans decks is like the cards that you bring back have pass abilities. Like Thalia's Lieutenant, Chiming Prince, Therian Inspector. Like we don't run those cards. We only run Luminarch Aspirant as a card that we can bring back and gain a lot of value. Scavenging Ooze is a good one per se, but like it's not like a great extractionist target. You know what I mean? So companions are broken. On the play. So the main concern with like Abzan is the mana is definitely a lot more painful, as you can see. So we are against a Yorion deck though, which is interesting. Will Tawny's Acolyte? I don't even know what that card does. Non-creature? Do we care about non-creature? I don't think so. I think we just take one of the Wandering Emperors. So it looks like where it gets like Esper control. The thing about that card though is double green sucks. That really hurts. Okay, so we're gonna have to fight through these Wandering Emperors, which sucks. Maybe the argument to keep this card to cycle. Okay, that's the card they drew. That's a really good draw. If we can fade, cool. Yeah, I think I should have sandbagged the Triumph to cycle. 1000%. It depends. If our mana base is a little tricky, but yes, I usually tend to like the Thought Season one. Maybe it's incorrect in this format, but yeah, I should have kept this. Do I want to play into a Wrath? I think I'm okay with playing into a Wrath. I think I'm gonna shock this in just to play around Censor. How's it going, Martin? Hopefully we dodge a Wrath here. So they can Wandering Emperor this Trespasser. So is it worth attacking here? I think I'm only gonna attack with this tracker. I like how we're like attacking and we're almost at the same life as them. I'm gonna put Giganta in hand here. This is the downside of my mana base. It's definitely a lot more painful. So they could Wandering Emperor here. So do I want to push this now? I don't think so. Because if they want to veto my push, like, that's fine. Their hand is veto for unknown. Yeah. Okay. Oh, because it can't be countered. That's pretty good. Do they want to veto this? So we'll play Aspirant. Counter on the tracker. They'll probably block here. So if this tracker was a Structure Specialist, I wouldn't have to really done anything. Okay. Don't think I want to commit any more to the board. So I'll just pass. Okay. Damn it. Don't think I can crack a clue here. This matchup feels miserable. So I'll probably put the counter on the Aspirant. I could also put the counter on the Flare. They can -2 an exile. But if that's what they do, then that's fine. We have the companion as a backup too. Yeah. Yeah, I'll attack the fairy. Yikes. Okay. Well, at least we know this Grim Flayer Luminarch Aspirant combination is actually pretty decent. Like this, turning Grim Flayer into a 3/3 is very, very good. I just don't think it'll be good enough in this matchup, unfortunately. But nothing to stress about. This is just a bad matchup, I think. They have 3 cards in hand. They don't put Yorion in the hand either. I don't know if they forgot or they just have like something huge. Castle's a good draw. I think I'll hold off for one more turn. Just end our turn castle. Maybe I should have main phased it, but okay, it's fine. It's fine. Maybe. You're probably right, Martin. It's just so hard when we have... I feel like we're kind of close, but then just that slamming that Teferi is just so hard. I think it's difficult for me to commit in that spot when I feel like it's close. I think it's close. I don't think the decays are good. There's hits. It's unless they're running Narset. I think we just run 2 Archons in that slot. I just don't want to overcommit to a Wrath. You know, it's just... I think I could see it both ways. Like, obviously, like, hindsight's 20/20, and they didn't have the Wrath, but... Okay. Let's see how good Grim Flayer is, huh? Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna take the opt. We can slam Grim Flayer, and then before they cast the Days Undoing, we can... Yeah, but like if they just, but that's again, that's like hindsight's 20/20, right? Because like you're basing on the fact that they had the Walker, right? So it's one of those things where, like, yeah, like, oh yeah, they had the Walker, so we should have committed to it. But it's like, yeah, but that's you again. That's I think that's being, results like hindsight's 20/20 in that spot. I still don't think it's correct to just overcommit into the Wrath there. Unless you just want to always just commit into the Wrath, then maybe. So let's take the Days Undoing, and then let's attack, and then see if we want to Thoughtseize. I'm not saying you're wrong to take the line. I think that your reasoning behind it is like saying, oh, they had that, so we should have done this. And it's like, I don't think that's always true. I wish I had a creature to bin. I think I want to draw another threat, so I think I'm going to mill everything. There's a hard way to keep the Thoughtseize when they put Yorion in hand, because like we also just can't beat the Yorion either. But I kind of want to just bin everything in this spot. Like I don't want either. Like their hands are gonna be empty-handed, and I'd rather just draw a threat. So I think I just mill everything. There's also an argument to like save the Thoughtseize for next turn, but doesn't matter which one I play. So we needed to hit a creature. It's funny because like we kind of want to draw a creature and also mill a creature with the Grim Flayer. So probably Yorion. Oh, they're not putting Yorion in hand. So this is either a rule spell or a counter spell in hand. Okay. I guess we just attack. Come on, Grim Flayer. You got this, buddy. Huh. So we can get Delirium now. They can cast a Wrath if they drew it. They have one unknown card. I think I just mill everything. I could put Duress, but then the Yorion doesn't get hit by it. could also just like keep the thirst on top too. But if they have a wrath in hand, what do we do? That does suck. Yeah, I think thirst is a reasonable keep as well. I think we bottom Aspirant and Duress. And then keep thirst on top. If they have the wrath on top, that kind of sucks. But at least we can castle too. Just in case they have Censor in, I guess I can just play this castle. But that's a lot of setup though, Mark. Like if you're hitting with Grim Flayer, it doesn't matter what your 3-drop is. I think you're quote unquote winning anyway, right? Like that's a hint. Like that is very reliant on Grim Flayer hitting. And if Grim Flayer is hitting, then it's like that's like if like the reason why Grim Flayer to my eyes is not a good Magic card right now is because it's reliant on hitting. So if you're hitting, it's like okay. So they could have a Wandering Emperor here, which would suck. They didn't put Yorion in hand. Oh. That's fine with me. Fine with me. Can't activate castle at end step, which sucks. But what are you gonna do? Alright. No wrath, please. And they didn't put Yorion on that third turn, which is interesting, because they didn't do anything with that mana. And then they didn't counter my graveyard. Nice. Very close to Rhino range. Alright. How's it going, Kaburb? Hope you're doing well. Grim Flayer, baby! Let's go. I mean, again, like, there's not a lot of matchups where Grim Flayer is hitting. So, like, again, like, if you're milling a 2-drop with Grim Flayer, like, you're already in a good spot. That means you're attacking, you're not playing defense, and your opponent doesn't have any blockers. Oh, I don't think this hand's good enough in this matchup. Like, we're not doing anything until turn 3. I think we have to mull in this. I think I have to mulligan this. Like, we are literally not doing anything until turn 3. We have, like, 10 2-drops. I think I have to mulligan this hand. I think we have to be a little bit disciplined. I feel like I was rewarded. Discard spell at the top would be the best draw. Strong. Pretty strong. What does meep mean? Is that a mulligan or a keep? Is that a combination of both, Martin? It's a meep. Flayer didn't learn is what he came for? Yeah. Too bad it's not as strong in this matchup, but we'll see. Like, if they just counter this Grim Flayer, I'm going to be very sad. If they just have Censor, but... I just don't think that the hand is good enough on the draw. Like, if we don't do anything until turn 3, then they're just... Their cards starting on turn 3 are just so much stronger than ours. I bought him the land, right? In the 6. Oh, man. I guess I go castle, and then I can play farmland Seraph if they wrath the board. This plays into Censor, though. But if this gets censored, then like I gotta hit a win with Grim Flayer, and I think that's really good for us. So let's go Aspirant. I don't think I want any of these, right? Maybe I want the Vanishing Verse. If they have like a Wandering Emperor, for example. I think I mill the 2 threats and then keep the verse on top. If they have to ferry, that really sucks. But I think I mill these 2 and put verse on top. Play castle, pass. And then next turn, I'll put the counter on the Aspirant. Oh, I feel the drown, but they drowned the flare though. That's interesting. They're gonna Wandering Emperor. Okay. That really sucks. I guess I'll just play the Seraph. Can't believe I feel their drown. That's so bad. I mean, maybe there's a counter argument to like just keep all the threats on top too. At least a tracker. If we like get bought by a wrath, but like we have Abzan charm, like I don't know. Which is fine. Like, if this eats a push, that's why this card's so good, is because we make 2 spirits. Like, I'll take that trade, for sure. Deluge, Gust. Fuck. Do we just have to take the Gust here? And slam Tracker? Hope their Deluge is shit? I think so. Damn. Hey, Roundsley. 2 years, man. Thanks so much for the sub, buddy. I know you weren't that happy with your run, but 3-2 still not bad in RCQ, buddy. Your deck looked good. That's all that matters. But thanks again, buddy. Really appreciate it. It's going to be kind of a tough game to win. Yeah, only 15. God, that drowning or aspirant was so bad. I don't know. Should I really be playing around Drown the Lock? I feel like that's not right. I mean, granted, this is a 2-turn clock here. We give this vigilance and we attack. We draw 2 end of turn, assuming their deluge was shit. Scholar Shine we knew about. They're playing it untapped. That's not good. Enjoy the day overall. Play. Yep. It's always when you haven't played Comp RL Paper Magic in a long time. It's definitely fun. Afterlife token, yeah. Okay. That sucks. It's a good one. Don't think we're winning this game. So we can attack the Narset down, and then we could put +1/+1 counters on the Seraph and then attack the Teferi if they don't minus the Seraph. Oh, that was a good draw. I think I just give this Vigilance just to play around another Wandering Emperor, and like we're gonna not use this mana anyway, right? So we'll give this Vigilance. I think us taking on the Teferi is worth more than us drawing 2 with this Abzan Charm if given the opportunity. Our opponent lost connection to the game, by the way. The trackers have been pretty good, though. It's just like, they're just nice, good, beefy threats, right? It's just like, this matchup's just so horrendous, unfortunately. I think this matchup's worse than Mono Green. So. But, like, Trespasser eating the Deluge is very, very good for us. And now that we have the Trespasser, now my line of Abzan Charming or Strap isn't that important. We can just Vanishing versus Samurai token and then attack and then save this to draw 2. Forgot that. This did something. I was playing really slow. Got punished for not playing out game 1, huh? Could have won this game on time. So now they could play the Teferi. Okay. That's good for us. Because now we just vanishing versus the token and then attack the Teferi. Their hand is Deluge Unknown. Rhino. So first here. Attack the Teferi down. I guess I'll eat the Narsa. I guess I could eat the creatures, right? Mitigate some of this life loss here. And then I'm going to crack a clue here. Okay. So we're going to have back-to-back Seraphs, which is going to be interesting. So they still have Deluge. So they're playing it untapped. That's interesting. Oh, that's cute. Sure. That's cute. So they have to discard a card. They discarded Deluge. If we just... Do we just race? I think I released a Seraph. Oh no. Oh man. Us spending mana on the Vanishing Verse looks pretty bad now, huh? Oof. Fuck, we can't even attack through and then deploy our threat because of this triangle display tapped. Alright, let's attack. Let's see if they trade. We could also just like Abzan charm this too. Gets going by a Wandering Emperor though, but I don't think we can at this point. Actually, maybe I should have. I thought we were gonna play a deploying of our threats, right? Maybe I should have just gave Vigilance. And my only plays Abzan charm. It's fine. Alright, don't have any instants or sorceries. Ever. So if they had a Wandering Emperor, I think they would have cast it, right? But let's play around one on top. So let's give it vigilance. They do. Oh, but it costs. But it's a 4/4 though. It'll be 4/4 even though they cast it for 7. The mana value is 4. So we can do this. It's mana value, right? So it's 7. It'll be cost 4, isn't it? The mana value is still 4. Yeah. I mean, it's still bad for us. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like this can trade with a Seraph or a Rhino for all that matters. All right, seize Rhino. Oh, brutal. 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 We still get some 1/1s. So at least they can trade with this 1/1 push, but still pretty bad for us. I don't think we're going to beat this Shark Typhoon in the long run. We really needed a Vanishing Verse. Like, trading that Vanishing Verse was not, I guess, worth it in the long run, but we still at least get to get some card advantage here. Hand seems poor. I hope so. I hope so. Doesn't seem like it. They're yeah, we have 1 trophy, 1 more verse. And then we get this castle going too, so we're definitely like not out of this game. Famous last words. Famous last words. Fuck. Fuck. I don't like that line. I think they should just draw. The Seraph isn't going to do anything. Yeah, Shark Typhoon does win quickly. It's not like we're definitely like very middle school to win this game now that they top deck that Teferi. For sure. Probably see that Thoughtseize for next turn. Yeah, this kills us really quick for sure. I felt like it was the turn I Vanishing Verse that token. I felt like that was correct, right? I feel like that was correct. To like attack that Teferi down. I think that was very important to do that. I think that was correct. It was really like us milling to turn on their drown was what really cost us the game, I think. Don't know what gets us out of this now. Yeah. Moto just wants us to keep playing. Can we go for it to go to 8? Might as well. Void Rend. How's it going, Kyle? Empty road foes? Yeah, our opponent was definitely Not the quickest player today, that's for sure. Honestly, if we had played out game 1, we probably would have won this game. But it is what it is. I time equity was higher than anything. They put opt in hand. They did. Brutal to the psych, yeah. Don't think I have any outs, but I just concede. Let's go to round 2. GG. Again, I think that control matchup's just almost unwinnable. The fact that we won game 2 is pretty good. There's just nothing in our sideboard that really is a slam dunk against that matchup. Sharaf is actually decent, just because that's vigilant, so it doesn't get got by Wandering Emperor, and it just fights through Wraths. So this starts like the most resilient one, but still like I feel like not as slam dunky as other threats. So yeah, you can play modern blue-eye control pretty quickly. I think it's just like a mindset. A lot of other, it's like a stereotype that there are there are a lot of spots where there's a really distinct line a decision tree that you could probably take, but I feel like for the most part the early turns are pretty easy. So was it right to bin Aspirant and Duress earlier? Maybe not. I just feel like at that point, like maybe it was incorrect to bin Aspirant. Maybe that was a threat I wanted to keep on top. Like I think it was correct to bin Skoos. At least a creature, right? I don't know. Maybe I played Grim Flayer wrong. And obviously, like not getting something drowned really sucks. So we'll probably bottom a land. Probably bottom the Overgrown Tomb. If you had top deck Sherazad, not wrong. So we have Thoughtseize into Grim Flayer into Luminarch Aspirant. This is kind of the quote unquote combo that we want, especially on the play. Punt is blowing into 6, and also it's also taking quite a long time to make the decision. But we'll Thoughtseize. Flare, land, Aspirant 3, Troll 4. I think we take the Mystic. And then we wait a turn. That's if they draw off their land too. That's the force that they drew. That's this force. Now it's I could cycle this to give my Grim Flayer Delirium. So we'll see what's on top before I decide which land to play. Not quite. Do I want Fatal Push? Hey, Mike, thanks for the raid again, buddy. You've been raiding me nonstop this whole week, I feel like. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the raid. I hope you're streaming well. How did it go? I think I just bin everything. Like, push doesn't deal with any of these things. At this point, we don't care if they have an Elvish Mystic on top or not. I think we just bin everything, hope to hit, like, another threat that's viable or a Vanishing Verge or something. And since we're already milled the land, I think we just play this Triome. We want the 4th land anyway. Because, like, if we draw, like, a Thoughtseize or something, we're going to go Trespasser into Gala Shrine. So they drew the Forest. Oh. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Thank God this isn't modern anymore. So we could turn Grim Flayer into a 5/5 and then into a 7/7 and possibly into a 9/9. Man, these Luminarch Aspirants look kind of sexy right now. We're just gonna pump up all these Grim Flayers, huh? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's just all in on Grim Flayer. All in on Grim Flayer. We don't care about this career. We're gonna end this game before. Ooh, I kind of want the Scavenging Ooze, though. I think we want the Scavenging Ooze. Because of the Old Growth Troll, like, they're blocking. Oh, baby. The combo has been assembled, y'all. The combo has been assembled. Sure. Oh, are we gonna get in with this Abzan charm? Are we gonna get in with this Abzan charm, maybe? This is a mighty big Grim Flayer now. This is fantastic. I don't care if you draw with Kiora. I don't care. So 11 on Flare. They have to chump with Cavalier. So they take 5. So we have to attack with everything. The box scoos take 9, yeah. So we just attack with everything. Right? So they have to block here, so they take 5. Block here. 6/7, and the Abzan charge for the win. Oh, we could charm too. I kind of, the reason why I'm doing this is I want to make Grim Flayer as big as possible. That's why I'm doing the math, because I want to screenshot this. That's why I'm doing that math first. I'm doing it for the clout, y'all. Just let me do the math real quick. So I need a screenshot to make this Grim Flayer as big as possible for the clout. Cut me some slack here. All right. There you go. That's all I wanted, okay? That's all I wanted. Of course. Sorry, I should screenshot this right here. You know, I'm not playing Magic to make the crit lines. I'm playing Magic to get the clout. Come on, yo. You gotta get with the program here. You don't become a content creator without trying to get as much clout as possible. And we get the trigger too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 13-13 Grim Flayer, baby. Win on turn 6. Alright. We can lose the rest of this match. I don't care. That was worth it. Oh, man. Alright. I don't like Fatal Push in this matchup. I think we keep 1. Decay is kind of sus, too. But at least it answers Troll and Kiora. You gotta take the line that gives you the most clout. I think that's it's not, you don't always do the correct line, okay? Content creation rule 101, rule number 1. Yeah, maybe, but we also have a thirst too. And maybe we trim flares on the draw too. Like maybe we trim 2 and keep a push and a thirst. But like slowing them down really doesn't matter to us because we do have a lot of the exile effects too, like Verse and Abzan Charm and such too. And then you just play into an Extinction Event as well. I think this is fine. I just hate having a Fatal Push in hand and it just doesn't do anything. Because it really doesn't do much. Like, I think the main target you can really kill is like a layer of the Hydra, and that's like the best case scenario. When it's not like literally on turn 1. Sends a little slow out of the gate, but I think I Thoughtseize on 2 anyway, unless I draw an untapped land. Thoughtseize is good now. I kind of rethink what I'm going to do. I guess I could go Thoughtseize and then vent Thoughtseize again. Or I could go add Triumph actually, because that's our black source. I think it's better than doing nothing on 1 and then Aspirant on 2. Oh, the hand doesn't do shit. The hand doesn't do shit. Play Forest. Okay. So this Thoughtseize is kind of dead now, unfortunately. El Trucko, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Do I go Aspirant on 2? Doesn't matter. I think I kind of want to play my Come by Tap lands now. And then, like, Trespasser on 3. I think that's better. Because Luminarch doesn't really do anything. I guess I could start, like, getting aggro. They'd probably start activating Lair on 3. Este Vimco, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate y'all for all the follows. So if they have nothing, they just activate Leer for 3 and attack. I kind of like just playing a Triumph here, and then worst case, if they go like Cavalier, we can Abzan charm it, versus like if we play the Tomb where we don't draw an untap land, then if we play a tap land, this is the most likely that your Thoughtseize will ever hit anything, right? If they go Karn and then they minus and get something big, we can Thoughtseize the following turn. But you're not wrong. This is our last turn hit Thoughtseize if this is a Storm or a Cavalier in hand. So I think we Thoughtseize here and then just play a tap land, and then if they don't do anything, we just go Trespasser. I don't think Aspirant does anything here, unfortunately. And it's a whiff for Rooney. I mean, them just attacking for 4 is also really bad for us, too. We probably just have to Abzan charm the Hydra, which feels bad. But, like, it's better than going Luminarch Aspirant, and then we don't draw a third land, like, we just don't do anything. I think that's just so bad for us. Oh, sure. Well, we drew the third land. That's kind of unfortunate. So they can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make this into a 4/4. I think we play Bleeding Marsh, play Trespasser, and then that way we can be a little more proactive following turn. Because the next turn, if they don't do anything... Okay. 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 So now, they want to fire up the Hydra. We can push the Hydra. The one of push, baby. Let's go, huh? Man, these aspirants are fucking good. That's fine. Are they gonna fire it up? Yes. Off a cliff, bro. Off a cliff. That's a lot of wolves. That's a lot of wolves. Do I just attack the Shambling Vent? I could also just beef up this Trespasser. I mean, we could just attack with the Shambling Event, and if they want to trade their 2 elves for a Shambling Event, that's fine. This is only sorcery speed, right? Yeah, only during your turn. So I think I put the counter on the Trespasser, but then attack with the Shambling Event still. Giganthan is also a good line too. I don't draw with Charm. If they top deck any threat, I think that's bad for us. I think I don't mind playing or getting Gigantha in hand. I don't think I put counters on Shambling Event. I think that ties up turn mana next turn. I think making this Trespasser into a 5/5, put Gigantha in hand, turn into a 6/6, makes our Trespasser outgrow all of the creatures. So I think I just attack with this Trespasser, put Gigantha in hand, and flip. They take it all. They take it all. Turn this into a 6/6. Okay. Oh, that's pretty bad. Okay, now we have to tack that Vivian down. Okay. That's also going to put counters on, huh? Also going to put counters on. So let's attack this Vivian. They'll probably chomp, or they might, if they throw everything at our Trespasser, that's also fine. I kind of want to put the counter on the Siege Rhino, though. If they trade their whole board, I think that's fine. I don't make a Luminarch or 2/2. I either put the counter on the Trespasser or put the counter on the Rhino. Because if they play a 5-power creature, I want to make sure my Rhino can survive it. So I kind of want to put the counter on the Rhino. And then since this has trample, we can attack through and kill the Vivian. So I think... yeah, I think I Rhino... put the counter on Rhino. And then offer the trade. So we gotta dodge one creature here. That's big. And then depending on how they... uh-oh. Sick. Is that their turn? That is their turn. So our Trespasser is going to flip. That's really good for us. Okay. Cool. Oh god. Oh my god. Let's fucking go. 6. Dude, this card's so good. Just double Abzan. I wanted another screenshot, y'all, dude. I want to turn my Rhino into a 10-10, a 10-11. Sorry. The possibilities, the screenshot possibilities. I mean, we still got this one. It's not bad. I'll take this one. That's funny. That's so funny. Alrighty. Luminarch Aspirant plus Tramplers. Confirmed good. Confirmed good. Who would have thought? Who would have thought growing trampling threats would be good and would be a good synergy here? Who would have thought? Our Monogreen opponent also just drew very poorly too. Like they just also literally didn't do anything. Although game 1 they did get to I mean, we interacted with them, so they ogled the troll on 3 and then cavaliered on 5, but does not matter. Grim Flayers feel good in this deck for sure. When you have aspirants, I think we cracked the code to make Grim Flayer playable here. Yeah, we almost have 100 viewers today. We really appreciate you tuning in and hanging out. This is awesome. People love watching the siege right now, that's for sure. Damn. As we talk all that shit, we have to mold under 6 as we get that opener. Okay, this one's fine. We have to return one of the 3 removal spells. Probably the trophy. If we're against Mono Green, we want to keep the trophy. If we're against like anything else, we kind of want to bomb the decay. Like if this is an aggro deck, we want to do push decay. I think we bottom trophy because it's going to be our interactive spells. Okay, so we're against Lotus. That's unfortunate. Especially with this. Ooh. I was going to say, especially with this opener with no interaction, and then we draw that. Alright, I'll take the Liar. So it kind of doesn't really matter if we draw a trophy or... Oh, they drew the Lotus. Fuck me. So they can... We can go Scoos and then Aspirant, grow it, and then make them use the Otawara. We could also just, like, eat something. So we actually kind of want to untap land here. So we can, like, eat something. They might Otawara it, and then we play Aspirant. We should play Aspirant first. Oh, that's not good. We could also just, like, play Trespasser so then they don't Blast Zone, but... I think I put Luminarch Ascension to play and put it on 2. How's it going, buddy? Hope you're well, buddy. So I'll probably put the counter on the Aspirant and then attack and then play Trespasser. So we can attack through these Grazers. So the order only bounces one of them. So they can crack and destroy my 2s. I'll probably have to like decay plus push the Grazer and just try to get as much damage in. The fact that they need a block with the Grazers is very good for us. That's fine. The hand is Otawara to Unknown. If they're spending a turn like Blast Zoning, I think that's good for us. So next turn we can Decay Grazer, push a Grazer, attack. They take... If they don't play anything, they take 5. Go to 6. My opponent has disconnected. We have a lot of opponents losing disconnection here. I'm going to get some water real quick as our opponent is trying to establish a connection. I'll be right back. Still lost connection in the game. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick too. I'll be right back. Opponent is still... Ah, there you go. They just joined the game. Siege Rhino victory incoming? I hope so. I hope you're right, Mark. Abzan brings out all the sodium? I guess so. All the sodium chloride, I guess. Ban company over Abzan Rhino. How do I ban someone from my chat? I'm just kidding. How's it going? Pinupai? Welcome. Uh-oh. Blast zone, sure. If that's their turn, that's fine. Their hand is Otawara, Blast Zone, 1 unknown. So I'm assuming they're not going to play anything. This flips to 4. We decay push. Attack for 4, eat 1, so that's 5 damage. They go to 6. So they play the Blast Zone. So a land would be the best draw here just because we can slam a Rhino. I said I wanted to slam the Rhino I had in hand. I don't want to draw another Rhino. I don't know if I have enough time for that. So they go to 7. Again, if they don't play anything, I guess they could bounce Otawara. Bounce with Otawara here. Oh my god! Please, please, the heck. I want to play Siege Rhino. I need a 4th land. So Otawara here. Damn, that's a lot of resources. That's a lot of resources. Eat, Grazer, and Scavenging Ooze. We're so close, y'all. We're so close. Okay, well. 4th land? 4th land? 4th land? 4th land. 4th land. Okay, we were pretty far from Siege. Luckily, the Graveyard Trespassers had our back there. Luckily. Archons, Duresses. Brought out the pushes. Don't like the decays either. The verses actually answer that creature that they haven't played, as well as Omniscience. Trophy does as well. Thirst can answer the creature too. It's like, do we want rips? They do use the yard a little bit. Like 1 rest in peace, maybe? Banished Verse also answers Leyline too. Maybe it's better than the Thirst. Keep it decay. Decay only answers Grazers though, so maybe we don't want the Decay. Just get 2 rest in pieces. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Too many Siege Rhinos. Feel like we need to mulligan this hand. Runestone does not work with Ultimatum, unfortunately. It's kind of like why Graph Tigger's Cage doesn't stop living end, Mr. Crasher. If you read the Ultimatum, it's like you choose 3 and then you exile it. I think I'm going to keep this if our opponent's mulling to 6. You exile them and then you cast them. So if you read Weathered Runestone, you can't cast cards from graveyards or libraries. And the problem is if you read Ultimatum, it says that it casts them from exile. I think it's a Sultai one, right? So it says search your library for up to 3 monocolored cards with different names and exile them, and that's accumulated exiles. So then we choose it, and then it's cast from exile, unfortunately. Unfortunately. So no, wow, that's a heater right there. That is quite the heater. Oh, they have 2. So there's no point in taking a scrying. So we could take a hidden strings, or we could take a dark petition. So I think dark petition is if they get the Lotus, they could get pretty close to casting the dark petition once they have the hidden strings. If they have any sort of untap, which they have plenty of, so I think I take the dark petition here. If they only had 1 Sylvan scrying, I would have taken the scrying, but the fact that they have 2 means our discard spells kind of suck. Okay. So they could hidden strings. Oh, okay, sure. Okay. They topped. That's scary. Luminarch Aspirant. We are pretty far off Delirium. I think we have all our creatures lined up. I think we can just bin all these. And we'll just Trespasser. Yep. So they have all the mana now, plus hidden strings. We kind of need a heater off the top. That doesn't really count as a heater. So we force them to kill us next turn, right? Because we attack for 6, plus 3, that's 9, and then we have lethal next turn. We put the Archon on top. Unfortunately, it might be a turn too slow. But it does give my Grim Flayer Delirium. Alright. Can you kill us? What's in your hand? Looks like they might have it. Alright. These poor the pages have to be really poor to see. No pun intended. Oh no. That Archon on top was a turn too slow. We need to be on the play this game, but luckily luckily one game won, so. I mean, we curved Thoughtseizes into Grim Flayer in the Graveyard Loon into Siege Rhino, right? Like, it's just the fact that we didn't have another interactive spell. We needed, like, an Archon. It doesn't matter. So we gotta hope that these poor the pages don't hit anything. That is the hope. The fact that they cast this is weird. I guess they could return to his owner's hand. Yeah, discard 2 cards. Never mind. Dolly, stop. Alrighty. Got Grim Flare into Tracker. Grim Flare can hopefully dig us towards lands. We'll play the Blooming Marsh first, just because we don't want to go Gauntlet Shrine, Blooming Marsh, and then draw another fast land. Wow, that's a good draw. There's already to recast this, but I think I want to just go aggro here. If they go Sylvan Scrying, then so be it. I don't think we can, like, play around it, quote unquote. Stop. Dog is, like, constantly licking my hand. I don't want to misclick. I think I deploy Tracker here. I think I want to get the clock down. I could get Delirium here. If I keep a land on top, I can go... I could mill Castle... I could mill Castle or Gauntlet Shrine, doesn't matter. But mill Skoos. And the next turn I can... next turn I can go Duress plus Charm, have Delirium, attack for 8. Plus 2 is 10. I think that's the quickest clock. So I'll mill Skoos and Shrine. Put Castle on top. This is like the quickest clock. That's pretty good. So we can turn Delirium and Grim Flayer into Delirium. So we can attack for 10. We could also just hold up Abzan Charm too. Okay. We could take the Simmer. And then we can hold up Abzan Charm for this. So then if we hold up Abzan Charm, we attack for 6. They go to 12. That's assuming that they go to 12. Can we deal 12 damage next turn? We can hold up Abzan Charm if they don't do anything. They go, so Grim Flayer goes to 6, 10, and then we can RHINO next turn. So if they don't kill us next turn, holding up Abzan Charm, we can pump our Grim Flayer and then attack and then RHINO them. Because I have a feeling that if they cast this Liar and they pass, they're not gonna kill us. So I think we hold up Charm. So if they have land, Lotus. So they have an extra mana here. So 6, 7. I think we take the Simmer for sure. I think I hold up Charm. I think I hold up Charm. Graveyard Trespasser. Because we have Delirium for sure. I wish we would have Delirium anyway with Abzan Charm. I think I banned everything here. It's a close game. So they top deck. They Thoughtseize bugged us. But this is also kind of nice because they may not think that we have lethal. Oh, that's brutal. That's a very good draw for them. That was a very good draw for them. I doubt they won't block. They have to block here, right? They can't just die to RHINO. Don't think it matters. I think we have lethal regardless, right? Don't think I want another Rhino. Well, I'll keep it on top. I think the game's gonna end, I think, within the next turn anyway. So I'll just put the Rhino on top. Damn, that Grazer was such a good draw. Holy cow. Killer, that's the goal. That's the hope for this Abzan charm. That is the goal. How's it going, freaking nasty? This is the first league for sure. Something that I was playing a lot of Orzhov recently, and I liked Luminarch Aspirant, so I wanted to try it with Grim Flayer. Got this great. Oh, I closed the window. I got this sweet screenshot though. I closed the window. I gotta post it on Twitter later. But I got this nice screenshot of Grim Flayer being at 1313. It's pretty sweet. So this list definitely feels good with, like, I have not liked Grim Flayer at all, but Grim Flayer with Luminarch Aspirant has felt very, very good for sure. So like a liar. And then they still have a Bala get a recovery too. Probably doing math here. I will say though, the Grim Flayers have definitely felt good in this matchup. More so with the Aspirants now for sure. They're doing math. El Matharino. Thank you 6 viewers, guys. Really appreciate everyone hanging out. I have not been having fun with Piley. This looks like a super fun this time. Yeah, it's. I've noticed that with Pioneer. I think what you need to do is you need to kind of pick a deck that's tiered, and then kind of get the know the format first, and then go from there. And that's what I did. I picked Rakdos. I played Rakdos for like 3 leagues, and then I kind of just decide what I want to do from there, right? They cast Sylvan Scrying. None of these are sorceries, and the tail end doesn't do anything right now, so. Ah. You think you're good, safe, opponent? You think you're safe, opponent? You think you're safe, opponent? One Otawara, you think one Otawara is going to save you? You think one Otawara is going to save you? What was that? Moo Cow claims another victim. Let's fucking go. That's what everyone ever wants to see, right? Everyone just wants to fucking see Siege trying to win games of Magic. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel, everyone. Here we are here to siege Rhino people. If you are at 3 life or lower than that, be warned. Cavex13, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. My favorite flavor text is when Siege Rhino says it's Rhinin time. That was definitely the time to Rhinin. That was for sure. What was my loss to? Oh my gosh. Just how bad my memory is. Why did I go into trade? My round one opponent. Tell me you like this deck. You can probably tell by the tone of my voice that I like this deck. The Grim Flayer is actually your Esper control. Our loss was Esper control, and arguably that matchup's probably worse than mono green for us, which is kind of not surprising. So Esper, and even then against Esper control, we kind of had a line where we maybe took the wrong line, but I don't think it would have mattered. But we'll see. Thanks, thanks, Dan. I didn't realize you're here this whole time. But thanks for reminding me, Esper Super Friends. Yeah, thanks, chat. I've been like awake since like 7 in the morning because my friends and I went disc golfing. So we spent the whole day disc golfing. Ladin 100, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. So we're just like out in the hot sun, and then Mark, who's in the chat right now, was like, "You're gonna stream today, right?" And I was like, "Fuck." I wanted to take a nap, but I did also want to see how good Luminarch Aspirant was with Grim Flayer and Siege right now, and so far it feels fantastic. Like Grim Flayer feels really good when you can actually grow it without delirium. Bermuda's 1978. Thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. Appreciate all the follows. Wow, we got a lot of follows and just viewers today. I guess what happens when you stream on a Saturday, huh? And when it's not like past people's bedtimes. But I really appreciate what you're hanging out, all the support. If y'all haven't, if you want to check out my YouTube, I think I'm at 697 subscribers or something. I only need 3 more for 700 subscribers. That'd be a huge milestone for me. So if you haven't really, and you want to support the channel, please check out my YouTube. I put all my past streams there. I've been streaming a lot of Orzhov recently and Pioneer. That's where I kind of got the inspiration to try Luminarch Aspirant and Abzan. So if you want to check out that content, go ahead. I also saw some other Abzan videos earlier this month as well. But yeah, if you want to support the channel, you can always just hit that sub. You don't have to turn on notifications or anything. I know that gets kind of annoying. I don't expect you to do that, but just having the sub would be nice. Just hit the metrics. It'd be a huge milestone for me as a content creator. But even if it's just for just tuning in and hanging out, I appreciate it for everyone. It's always fun playing for a crowd, as per always. I do want to give a shout out to all the people who do support the channel. Dauntless Bodyguard without a target is interesting. But yeah, I want to appreciate. I just give a shout out to my community, who's always been very supportive. They're in the Discord hanging out, posting pics of their decks, giving me input on the decks I want to play. Wish I was on the play here, because I kind of like Grim Flared on too, and then I kind of got some Grim Flare triggers, but beggars can't be choosers. Let's get this Grim Flare action, huh? So we gotta hope that they don't top deck Athalia here. If we can just attack with this Grim Flare and like decay something or vanishing for something, if it's like getting indestructible, for example, that'd be really good for us. Sure. 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 Fortunately, I think I have to get aggressive with this Grim Flare. It's not going to do any blocking. Ooh. Fight Aspirant. We're gonna take a shit ton of damage on the back crack though. We could Vanishing Verse Thales Lieutenant. I think we had the Vanishing Verse Thales Lieutenant. We'll attack. Because I don't think we can attack. They can just take it and we crack back for at minimum 7. So I think we just attack and just try to hit probably another land, honestly, so we can double spur removal. They'll probably not block. Or if they trade Dauntless Bodyguard for this, I'll gladly take it. But at this point, I think I need like a Bloodchief's Thirst off the top. Or another land that's untapped. The Siege Rhino was very tempting, but we wouldn't have the 4th land rolled up. If I had a 4th land rolled up in hand, I think I would be tempted to keep it just because it's so big. But I think we have to spend our mana just to deal with these threats, unfortunately. I don't think we want any of these creatures either. Maybe I should have just left it back. Maybe I should have just left it back. Because now we take 3. I know if we can beat this race. Even there's an argument to keep the Triome, but... Oof, that's pretty big. Okay. Well, we're going to Vanishing Verse the Lieutenant. So we take 6. I mean, if we draw an untapped land here, we just decay a threat and we're like right in this game. I think I Trespasser here now. Now I wish I kept the Triome in here on top. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked the Grim Flayer. Maybe that was just a mistake. Because we could have just blocked here. It's just so hard to like not get the trigger though. Another Lieutenant would be backbreaking. But if they attack with all, we trade Flare with Lieutenant. Or I guess this would be a 3/3. Okay. That's fine. There's another 1-drop. Oh no. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have attacked with the Flare. Just trade it. I think I need to just be a little more defensive with this matchup. So Extinction Event and Portable Hole are going to be for sure. On the play, we could keep Grim Flayer too. Maybe we just trim Thoughtseize. Just all of them, actually. Don't hate that. Yeah, I think that was just a mistake to attack with Grim Flayer. Just an absolute mistake. Get some natural light in here. I think I like struggle with these aggro matchups. I think I just need more practice with it. I think I just get so tunnel vision and getting value out of the Grim Flayer that it's totally subversible. I just could leave it just back to block. So that's just. What would you cut the rhinos for though? Would you just add more thought seizes? I think that's sufficient too. Like if you want to go like this. But it's like I think I'd rather just have 4 rhinos than the 2 thought seizes. Alrighty. Alright, so we can kind of play this hand a little slow. I don't have to play high on turn 1. I can just play this Overgrown Tomb tapped. And then like thirst something and then hold up push. And then on an empty board we can track her. I think also adding the 2 portable holes on this sideboard makes cutting the Thoughtseize completely a little bit easier. We get punished if they go turn 1 nothing and then we draw an Aspirant and then we can't so we'll do Hive. I don't know if I really want to thirst this. Because like our tracker outgrows it easily, so I'd rather just take the 2 and then save the removal spell. A 2-1 I think I can just ignore for now. Unless they like grow it too much out of range. But at that point it's like, well, they would have played it here and I could just still push, so. I think I pushed the Thalia here. The first strike's also scary because if they draw a Lieutenant, then I can't block with the tracker or can't trade profitably. So I think this is just better. That being said, if they play a Lieutenant here, I'll probably still have to take the 3. Or I might just trade. Ouch. So I can crack a clue. I can crack a clue. Push the Brutal Cathar. Get a tracker, play a land. Get another clue. Next turn we can Aspirant plus Tracker or Tracker plus Thirst, depending on what they do. Oh. I think I trade. I don't think they're expecting me to trade. Okay. That's kind of an interesting one. Can we race this Lumina or this Atomic? I think so. I think we just thirst this Trespasser Temple Garden Pass. Next turn we go Tracker plus Aspirant. I could also just go Tracker, and then we have Vigilance, and then we just have a bunch of blockers the following turn. While also getting in. Yeah, it's just about we're double spelling. I was just trying to figure out which threat I want to play. They have 2 cards in hand. They play to land every turn. I think I like Tracker first too, because then we can give it Vigilance. It's pretty close too. I think it's difficult to assess which one is better for sure. I think Trespasser could be able to potentially gain another life the following turn is an argument for it. Because this tracker could also just get outsized too. Castle. That's a good one. Okay. So their last card is probably nothing unless it's like Brave the Elements or something like that. That's a good one. So I can crack a clue, portable hold the Atomic, and then play Aspirant attack. So crack a clue. Fatal Push is a good one, holy cow. I think I pushed this. I don't think I could take another 3. Then we just double threat next turn. Oh, I should have let this do first. I don't get the damage in now. I'm so dumb. They did it wrong anyway. Yeah. Yeah. But they did give me. Thank you opponent for doing that. Appreciate it. Thank you. Opponent just gave that one to me, you know? They just felt bad. Whatever combat trick you have, that's fine. That's fine. Perfectly fine. Oh, it's night? I didn't even realize that. I think it's still worth playing the Aspirant. I think I'll grow the Aspirant here just so we can get it to attack too. These trackers have been pretty good though. Surprised they didn't hold that land. So I'll probably put the counter on the Aspirant here. Just so... I guess I could have put it on the high for an extra damage, but I think it's better to go wide. Aspirant, Bodyguard. Cool. All right. On the draw, it's a little, excuse me, it's a little harder. But we will battle with our rhinoceri. Can't complain about this hand. Cannot complain about this hand. Okay, well, we do need to draw some lands here to get to that point. Mutavault. Land. Portable hole. We're at that stage of the game where we do need to draw lands. Otherwise, we are in a bit of a pickle. Come on, deck. I'm gonna block here because if they have Breathe Elements, they have Breathe Elements. I'd rather get that out of their hand. Oh, that's also sufficient. Well, our Graveyard Gluten is bigger than your Moonrage Brute. And if they have another Thalia's Intent, this doesn't grow, so that's good for us. Okay. That's a good one. At least we're drawing removal. They're gonna activate Sheffet Dunes. Sure. think I just pushed this. So we got that one out of our hand. So now if we draw an untapped land, we could slam Rhino, and then our board state's pretty good. Yeah, it's triggers on when it's on your turn. But this is fine. I think I just slam Siege Rhino here. Okay. Pretty good. So we can attack with the... Oh. Five. We could portable hold this, put a counter on Graveyard Gloom and attack. See if the last card is Brave the Elements. Yep. Agreed. Like, this is a 5 trade, too. Interesting. Oh, it transforms? It does it too? Holy cow. I did not know that. I'm not gonna lie, I did not know that. So take 6? I think that's fine. Oh yeah, for sure. We're still a good spot for sure. I just didn't know that interaction. I did not know that for sure. Okay. So I'll put the counter on Luminarch Aspirant because the Trespasser's going to die. Yeah. I don't think they're going to block with Adeline. There's also an argument to not exile the creature with Trespasser. So then we can eat it with Scavenging Ooze. So we'll do Odd. Thanks for that, Rhino. Let's go. That extra event was kind of brutal. we set up that play too. That felt good. We're just like, yeah, you do your thing, bro. I totally didn't know about that brutal Cathar. Did not know that. Like, yeah. Give me that extra Rhino trigger, bro. Give me that extra Rhino trigger. I'm glad we got to like make up for that Grim Flayer attack that I shouldn't have attacked. So that was pretty good. So the portable holes on the sideboard have been really, really good. Like the portable holes have just having more turn one removal spells that or not turn, it doesn't have to necessarily be turn one, just 1 mana removal spells just to fill the curve when we brought out the Thought Sieges. Like this has been very, very impressive. I really like this card just because we lack 1 mana removal in the main. The 2 holes have been very good. And the exile effect has been mattered a ton too. For example, like the Dauntless Bodyguard, right? Or whatever that card's called. We don't have white, but we curve out Hive into... Huh. This is Rakdos. Rakdos Sac. Apologies. So I think we sandbag this Scavenging Ooze. Unless they Crooks here. And even then, I think we just discard Siege right now. Nice win. Still not sold on the Scoos in the main. Maybe Wandering Emperor over them. Possibly. Possibly. I think I'm going to sandbag it. Sandbag the Scoos. Because they have the push. They just efficiently do it. I really do think Abzan needs a companion. Just that extra card. It hasn't been needed this league, but I think with the bigger sample size, it is kind of needed. So, Gigantha in hand. I think I'm just gonna Graveyard Trespasser. They can't trigger Revolt right now, so... What do you lose up by having Gigantha? Wandering Emperor and Gideon are the main ones. I really like those cards. But other than that, it's Soren, I guess, if you really want something like that. I think I discard. Ooh, this is a tough one. I kind of want to discard the castle. Is that weird? So now they could trigger Revolt here. It's kind of disgusting. Oh. Okay. I guess they could still Revolt here. They lose a lot of cards. We need another green source. Our mana is fucking us here. Because we exiling the Kroxa here would have been very good. Worst case, if they somehow escape, which I don't think they can this turn. 5 mana. Oh, sure. Oh, that's pretty good. So we can Scooze, eat Kroxa. How's it going, JK? Hope you're well, buddy. Sorry, I missed your message. That's the reason that we're gonna, yeah, for sure. So I could just grow my Siege right now. Like, I could attack, grow Siege Rhino with Abzan Charm, and then they can't escape Kroxa next turn. So we can attack, and then if they just take it, we can just Scooze, eat Kroxa, and then have double Abzan Charm up. And this Rhino is just like absolutely huge. That's true, Dan. That's true. But like, if they do escape the Kroxa, our Siege Rhino is also bigger than the Kroxa. Oh, if this is their turn, sure. Sure. That's your turn. I think I can wait, right? I don't have to do this. I guess if I want to play around Kolagon's command. I think I can still wait. So this is targeting... This is targeting me. Okay. Trying to figure out if I want an Abzan charm. I will. Oh, they gain 2 here. I think I just exile this. Lose 2. Six, 7 Rhino, baby. Abzan charm's is so good. So good. Alright. Rakdos. Discard Rhino show dominance, exactly. Let me see. Cauldron Familiar, Mayan Devil, Unlucky Weakness, Claim the Firstborn, Village Rites, Witch's Oven. I think we brought in the Portable Hole just for Witch's Oven. Duress is interesting. The straps are for mid-range and control. So like Rakdos and control specifically. This just is card advantage if they like kill with the Chandra or a Strangle or whatever, you get 2 bodies. If it gets Supreme Verdict, it makes 2 bodies, and then you give it Vigilance and it dodges Wandering Emperor. George CM31, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. Kind of want the Vanishing Verses don't actually answer anything, right? Like that we care about, like Unlike a Witness and Voldor and Epicure, sure, right? But the Cauldron Familiars, they just like die. So I think we cut the Vanishing Verses. I think they're really weak in this matchup. Weather Runestone is interesting. It stops Kroxa and Cat, but so does Rip. So I think we just board in 3 Rip. This guy doesn't get Kolagons commanded. I think I want to board in some number of Extinction Event. Probably just board out all the Thoughtseize. So maybe just board in 1 Extinction Event. I could see some number of Duress, but I don't think it's worth it. Cool. A lot of interaction, which is nice. And then this can't get claimed, which is nice too. Okay. Play the Shadow Event. So then we can turn to Hole plus Push if we really want to. Okay. Okay, we need... I think at this point, I think I just Portable Hole the Cat. We have the Decay for the Oven if need be. Just nab it now, so then... And we also have the Decay if they have like an Anvil or something, right? So... Land off the top. Okay, a lot of pushes. We would like the land, though. Sure. The exiled swamp, Deadly Dispute. You can play one of those cards. I'm assuming they're going to attack and then cast Deadly Dispute. Okay. So they can't play the swamp anymore. Just want to play a Rhino. That's pretty gross. Oh, they did it with the correct one. So I think with this on the stack, I decayed this one. Because then they're just going to plus this. This one. So I have to decay this one. Untap land, please. Untap land, please. They have a claim. That's going to suck. I'll lose 2. I think we need discard in this matchup because we need to like protect our threats if they have like claim the firstborn and stuff. I think it's incorrect to board out the discard spells. Like at least keep in the duress. Okay. Another decay would be good. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We can't keep taking 2 anymore. I think I'll have to discard a Rhino. Oh, I should have done that combat. Fuck. That's what I meant to do. Sorry. Man. If only we could have cast these Rhinos, huh? This game would be a lot different. Yeah, I think we need Thought Season in this match. We gotta take these claims. Otherwise, it's just like literally just a removal spell. And they still have 2 cards in hand. think we have an out here. Guess we're getting so we're at a virtual 3. It's fine. Too slow, deck. These lands are coming too slow. I think I boarded an extinction event. I think I need X number of Thoughtseize. We're actually just dead here. Actually, we can chump 1, block 1. Wow. We're like, we're like barely alive. Okay, no Mayhem Devil ever, right? No Mayhem Devil ever. We need on top with this Shelling Vent. Okay. Kolagon's Command. Oh, they have the Witch Oven combo. Monet. Hey, how's it going, Jose? Thanks for the follow, buddy. Really appreciate it. I don't think we have an out here. We just drew that 4th land too slow. I think we were ready to slam that Rhino before we discard the Ob. I think we might have had a chance. It's probably lethal. GG. Yeah, that's lethal. Okay, I do think we want discard spells in this matchup. I think we brought the Extinction Event. The Grim Flayer is on the player, actually, we get pretty good. So I think we're going to probably try to board in 3 Thoughtseizes. I think we keep in all the pushes. Maybe we trim an Aspirant. I don't hate that either. Maybe we don't want 3 rips. Is that too many? Maybe we just go down 1 rip and then 1 flare. I don't hate that. The Aspirants are kind of scary because if they Mayhem Devil and get that online early, like our Aspirants are kind of weak. Man, the Rhino is kind of a free mulligan. Not like this deck. Not like this. Not like this. Alright. Aspirant and Trespasser is going to carry this game, huh? Alright. Untap land is a good start, though. Roll into 5. Hate to see it. So we'll Trespasser here. And then Aspirant plus Hole next turn isn't a bad follow-up. It's a tough mold of 5. Exposing the cat is interesting. That means they have oven, right? Or have a way to kill the Trespasser. You saw Abzan instantly click. Appreciate your viewership. Half-inch Hammer TV. Oh, yeah, there's a place of Siege Rhinos in here. Don't worry. Siege Rhinos and Luminarch Aspirants have been something I've been testing this league, and they pair very well together, as well as Grim Flayer. Hopefully our mold of 5 is... Oh, man. Trophy. Alright, can this Luminarch Aspirant go all the way? Sure. Okay. J. Howard 15, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Okay. Let's trophy this. Half-inch Hammer TV, thank you for the follow as well. I really appreciate it. Alright, Luminarch Aspirant, it's all on you, buddy. You gotta carry the team, huh? You gotta carry the team. Okay. Gigant in hand. Oh, man. I guess we just played Gigantha in hand. I'm starting to make the move from Modern Pioneer into sit in the sauce. Yeah, it's... Okay. I've been trying to figure out the Abzan formula as well, so... Okay. Agree, nostalgia. Agreed. I think I just slam rip, eat the 2 Cauldron Familiars, put the counter on the Aspirant, and then pass. Hopefully they don't have any claim the Firstborns. I don't want to hold a witness. I guess I could if they have Witch's Oven, huh? I think I do hold. Now that we have the rip and play, I think it's correct to do this, actually, now that I think about it. Deck. Untap land, please. There's 9 shock lands, an overgrown farmland, so it's 10. They discard Takanuma. It does not. But I kind of want it out of the way. Because the reason I'm doing that is the way we win this game is we get that out of the way, put Luminarch Aspirant to 6, attack, and then play Rhino. So I'm kind of taking the play to win line, even though it's a little aggressive. I think we're just so behind. That granted, we are kind of okay, but I think I take this. I really need a Rhino off the top. Okay, well, thanks, Gigantha. You did a lot. Oh. Man. We just like are not hitting our 4th land this match, and that's just what's fucking us. Oh man. If we had drawn the 4th land and we just didn't mulligan to 5, we could hit this 4th land, play the Rhino, grown it, play the Gigantha before it even gets Kolaghan's commanded. Oh man. So I think the deck is fine. I think the shell of Grim Flayer plus Luminarch Aspirant plus Siege Rhino is definitely worth exploring more. GG's, yeah. So I think, so we lost to Esper Control, which is arguably a worse matchup. We lost to Rakdos Sac. We won game 1, and then we lost a close second game, and I probably sideboarded wrong. I don't think I can board out discard spells, so it's on the draw. And then game 3, we just mulliganed to 5, and we almost scraped that back, crawl back from that game. We beat Mono Green, which felt really good. We beat Mono White Aggro, which was great. So changes, I think 2 Archons are nice. Oh, we beat Lotus as well. So I think the 2 Archons are solid. 2 Duresses are fine. I think 2 Extinction Events was clutch. Gigantha is going to be a nice companion. I think the 2 pull holes were really good. Rest in Peace was nice. I think really the 3 cards that are kind of questionable are the 2 Seraphs and the Runestone. I don't know if this is the best card against like the grindy matchups and control. I mean, we did put up a fight against Esper Control, thanks to Seraph. And then Red the Runestone just for Mono Green, just for them to stop Storming the Festival and like Old Growth Troll and such. So this is kind of up in the air. This could be anything. I'm pretty solid on the main though. Like I feel like every time I play Abzan or Orzhov or whatever, I feel like we win most of our game 1, which is kind of what's been happening, except for I think Control. I think we won game 2. Oh, Mono White. Yeah, Mono White we won game 1 as well. Rakdos Sac we won game 1. Lotus we won game 1. So I think what that's trying to say is like I think our main deck is really, really, really good. This deck has felt good. I know a lot of people have been questioning the Scavenging Ooze slot, but Scavenging Ooze helped us win that game 1 against Rakdos Sac. And it's great against all the aggressive decks. Just being able to incidentally gain life is really good with Scavenging Ooze. So I know a lot of people are kind of shitting on it. And we do, and the green sources are a little questionable in the list. But the Scavenging Ooze, I think, is just a solid card. And especially against like mono green, where we can just grow the Skoos, it's exactly what we want. It's just really in my sideboard plans. Like against Rakdos Sac, right? I think like if we just brought in a couple Thoughtseizes and was able to like Thoughtseize an Adob Nicholas or something, like that's how we can stabilize, right? Instead of having like whatever stuck in our hand, I think having thoughts like I think my sideboard plan just needs to get ironed out in this format, and I think we might have a chance. So it's just a matter of figuring out how to sideboard like thought seizes. Like I boarded it out just to try it, and I think if we kept it in the level, it been helpful. Against aggro was good. Against Esper control, it's like I don't know what would be better against than control than Seraph when we're already boarding in 2 duresses. Like maybe we want Redain. Redain might be something that is worth considering because I've liked Redain and Orzhov. So maybe like this is something I want over Seraph, for example. And then this might shore up our control matchup, but doesn't shore up our like if we were to like swap Seraph for a Redain, like maybe this would help our control matchup, but it wouldn't help our mid-range matchup, right? Because it doesn't really do anything per se. Like it does tax Chandra, but it doesn't tax Hazaret. It doesn't tax any of the threats. So it's like maybe we could play the shield side, and then like Strangler only does 2, Kolaghan's Command only does 1, like, and everything just is prevented by 1. So maybe it's worth it as a sideboard card, something worth exploring. But I think like these top half sideboard cards is actually fine how it's segregated. I think these top sideboard cards are like solid. Maybe I can get away with the third verse and cuts third rest in peace and add something else. I think that's a consideration. But it's just really these 3 cards that I'm kind of questioning. I know stuff from Western Pioneer have some amount of card advantage with walkers or cantrips. We are missing that feels like. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I was thinking about like I was thinking about a Planeswalker instead of Seraph, and I was thinking of like Sorin actually, just as a way to just generate bodies and then like be a little bit more aggressive. I think that might be something worth looking at over the Seraph, or even something like Sorin, where we can just +2 and then it could pressure Teferi, for example, and then we can bring back a Trespasser or a Rhino. So, like, this is something I'm thinking about. Maybe I'll try this next time over the Seraphs. Like, one of these Sorns. I don't think this one is Pioneer legal, but this one is. None of the walkers are good that fit Gigantha. I looked. There's, like, the 5-mana Kaya, which is, like, borderline like workable, but 5 mana is a lot. And that being said, it's like we went 3-2 and like we lost a Rakdos Sac match where I probably cybered around game 2 and then Mulligan 5 game 3. So it's like that big of a deal. But like this is card I'm thinking of where it's like we can play Kaya, and then it, exiles a Teferi or a Wandering Emperor, for example. Or, like, if we're kind of, quote-unquote, ahead on board, we can, like, put a token on a, like, Grim Flayer, for example, and then attack. And it says, when this creature dies or put into exile, return to his hand. So we don't get blown out by Wandering Emperor. So this is also a card that I'm thinking about. I just don't like 5-drops in this deck, or just in general. I think 5 mana is a lot, but just something that I'm thinking about. So, like, Sorin's probably the safer call because it's 4 mana, but this is also an option. Can we play Anafenza? I don't like Anafenza because it doesn't gain any value. If you compare it to, like, Briarbridge Tracker, like, this at least makes a treasure. And then we can trigger Revolt with this. And Vigilance is actually pretty clutch. It's been pretty clutch this whole league. And, like, the only way you get value out of an offensive if you're attacking, and we already have that with Grim Flayer, I don't want, like, the list totally geared towards attacking, and then we lose a lot of value against, like, the aggressive decks. Pathways, I'm not a fan because you have to pick your mana source, and that's tough when we literally need most of our lands to be duals. The only non-dual land that we have within the mana base is Hive, and it's just because Hive is just such a good man land. I'm kind of making that exception, but everything else is a dual except for Castle, which is also an exception. I'm making a lot of exceptions here, but like this is where we want we want Hive and Castle because they're just really, really strong manlands, and everything else are duels. Because it's so difficult to go like Thoughtseize, Grim Flayer, or Luminarch Aspirant having a green courage for skews. That being said, I wouldn't mind if a Blooming Marsh was the black green slow land, whatever that one's called, the black green version of overgrown farmland. I wouldn't mind if that was the case. Maybe that might be what I might do next stream. Is make that one slight change just so we have. I'll have to do the math. How many turn 1 black sources do we have? 4, 7, 11, 12, 16. Okay, so we have enough turn 1 black sources for Thoughtseize and Push. So we can make this an over... What is it? I don't remember what it's called. It's the black green slow and the Golgari version of this one. Or Witherbloom if you're a zoomer. Cyberguard in your Discord. Sweet, I'll take a look later. Too bad the best Planeswalkers send out double color red. Exactly, nostalgia. Not shitting on it. It just looks out of place. Not asking me about it. I don't know that form well enough to comment. Oh yeah, I didn't mean to like freaking nest. I didn't mean to like shit on you saying your shit on it. I guess I just have a potty mouth. I think that's just it. People are just like, oh, Scoot's gonna be something else, and it could be. Don't get me wrong. I'm also very new to the format. I've played Pioneer before the Ballista was banned, and Uro was banned. And once Ballista got banned, I stopped playing Pioneer because they banned my deck I was playing. I was playing Abzan with Splash, Walking Ballista for Infinite combo. So I've only been playing this format for like a month and a half. So I am very open to suggestions. I guess I'm just providing my input on my opinion on scavenging and how good it has been for me. And it just flips mono green. It's good against Phoenix. It's just good against aggro because you gain life. It's good at stabilizing. I have Thoughtseize in a lot of matchups. Shaved down. I think that's 1,000% correct, Martin. I've been wondering if you want Lion Sash instead, you can put add counters to Sash via Aspirant then reconfigure. I tried Lion Sash in Orzhov and it sucked. There's just not enough permanence. That like there's no fetch lands. So if there's no fetch lands in the format, the only permanents going in the graveyard are creatures, and it's when you're not gaining life, and Lion Sash starting off as a 1/1 is so tough. Like Scoo's turning it into a 3/3 is very relevant. It becomes a relevant body. But when Lion Sash turns into a 2/2 for 1 mana, it's just like it's just so medium. Like it's the same problem I have with Grim Flayer where like a 2/2 doesn't do anything in the format, and that's why I'm not a fan of Lion Sash. It's worth testing, I agree. Especially when you have tramplers with Grim Flayer and Siege Rhino. Reconfiguring is kind of the main draw. I've just like when I played Lion Sash and Orzhov, I never reconfigured it. I just never had the mana to do so. Like there's just never have the time to use Lion Sash and then reconfigure and like grow something. It just never happens. Maybe I just need a bigger sample size, but that's just kind of my experience so far. I think Frink is on just something with common walkers. Yeah, I love Gideon Alley as Undercar. When I played Orzhov, let me pull out the Orzhov list. Like Gideon and Wandering Emperor just pull weight, and I think that's what made this deck tick was because of the walkers. Honestly, the Gideon just spinning out 2/2s and not giving a shit. Just like a lot of walkers, they have to like minus to. Protect themselves, and just this like there's games where I just had like 4 or 5 allies and night ally tokens in play, and like Gideon just sitting there and it's just like, all right, I'm just gonna be a Bitter Blossom. It's just so good, and I wish I could have Gideon in this deck. I wish there was an effect that can minus, and I'm gonna delete this. This one has like fail passage. I don't think fail passage is where I want to be. I wish there was an Abzan Walker that can minus, or sorry, make a 0 ability and make a body. And just not care, because every other Abzan ability you have the minus, and you can't do that infinitely, unfortunately. I will say the other side of Redain is really hard for a stack to do with other than Kolaghan's command. I agree. I think one Redain over Weathered Runestone is worth testing. So let me actually So my next stream will probably be Tuesday. So let's go V 1.10. And then let's try a Redain, because I really like Redain when I played Orzhov. So let's add the Redain that I already have. Take out with a runestone. And then I think I might try like 2 Sorens or something. I don't know which one. So let me just add like both. And just take out like a Seraph. Or I could just like keep 1 Seraph, 1 Soren. Like, I don't know, something like this. Just for now. I don't like Vraska. I hate Vraska so much. I hate Vraska with a passion because when it pluses, you don't gain any card advantage. And that's like my biggest quarrel with Vraska. Let me pull it up for those who don't know which Vraska I'm talking about. Is this Vraska worth playing? 6 mana. 6 mana is a lot. But like this Vraska, I just hate with a passion. This one. Because like you plus and you net even on a card advantage and it just doesn't feel good. The decay effect is nice, but like it's not like decay is that great in this format either. And then when it's just, I want something that you don't have to sacrifice resources to gain resources. Like if you compare this to like Chandra or Gideon, it can sit there and you just accumulate value infinitely, right? And I just want a walker that does that. And Soren kind of comes close, the Mirthless. But it's still, I feel like for me, it still kind of cuts short because maybe I just want Gideon. Like I just love Gideon so much and like nothing's really come close to it. That's available. Tireless Tracker. I haven't liked Tireless Tracker. It's my favorite card, so I'm one to like want to really try that card, and I just Tireless Tracker is just so much better because you just get the value immediately. Soren Vengeful has been exceptional versus what in my experience. This one, right? Are you talking about this one, Kaburb? If we talk about this one, then that makes me pretty happy. And I might try 2. Vraska is definitely miserable. Might need some adjustment to the deck just for its 2. Yeah, that's the thing about Vraska is you need to build around it. I think the way I tried building around other cards in this format, and I think the power level is just I think if you want to build around something, it better be really, really good, like game winning. And just like if you're building around Vraska that you're just minorly getting value out of, it's not worth it. Like compare like building around like Mayhem Devil, and that's like a win condition. And you don't want your win condition, or you don't want to build around a card that just gives you value, because that's not gonna win you the game. Versus something like if you build around Mayhem Devil, it wins you the game. Right? Like, and like if you're gonna make all these sacrifices to make your deck worse just so you accumulate value out of Vraska, I don't think that's worth it as a mid-range deck unless you're already playing a game plan that capitalizes on that. And when we're playing a deck that just wants to discard our opponent's best card, play a threat, attack, like we have to make a lot of sacrifices to accommodate for Vraska, and that's the sacrifices I do not want to make. One of my thoughts on 3-mana Kaya, I don't think it's good enough in this format. I think there's not a big enough card pool that makes 1-drops good to where every card in a deck is a 1-drop to where Kaya is good. If you look at all the aggro decks, like Boros Aggro, like there's like 8 1-drops and then like 8 or 12 2-drops, and Kaya doesn't do anything there. Versus like Modern, if you're against Prowess, it's kind of worth it because there's like 12 to 14 1-drops and then like a couple 2s and then like Stormy Entity, and that's where it might be more relevant. Or against like Hammer, where you have like Sigarda's Aid, Hammer, Esper Sentinel, like you have more threats like in Modern. So the 3 Kai is more better in Modern, where it's more low to the ground, in my opinion. No basics, is that not as a big a deal in Pioneer? The only decks that run that there's no Blood Moon, so no basics are necessary there. The only reason why you get punished if you don't have basics is Field of Ruin. So yes, you do get punished by Field of Ruin, but like when you go into that situation, if you get Field of Ruin, yeah, that sucks, right? But then you want to be able to, like, what percentage of the game does that happen, and then you lose the game, versus you want to be able to consistently cast your spells and that's going to be every game, right? So that's the sacrifice I'm making. You could play a Fable Passage list. I'm not a fan because I want every land to be a duel. Death Cap, yeah, Death Cap. Let me make that change. Thank you, Kaburb. Death Cap Glade. So I might try this over the Blooming Marsh. So we have like a couple less fast lands for turn 4 Siege right now. Hissing Quagmire. Yeah, I think we already have Shambling Vent, and I think Shambling Vent's better than Hissing Quagmire. Scoozes Dees, yeah. Oh, Nostalgia. Gatherer is not correct. So when I was building Rock, this is a side note for everyone. I don't know what card this is. Death Priest, whatever. If you look at... Gatherer is not a good resource for what's legal. Just FYI. It says Llanowar Waste, the black-green pain land, is not legal in Pioneer, but it is. It was printed in Magic Origins or something. It's one of the core sets that's legal in Pioneer. Is it Magic 2015? One of the... Is it Magic 15? It might have been Magic 15. Or is it Magic Origins? This one. Whatever. It's legal in Pioneer, but Gatherer says it's not. And that screwed me. I was like, wait, I thought it was... Because like I was reading a guide, and I was like, okay, I was looking at duels in Pioneer, and it was like, okay, cool. And then I looked at this, and I was like, what the fuck? So don't look at Gatherer. Gatherer is not a good source. Thanks, Garrett, for Aspirant 1,000%. Thanks, Garrett, for making Grim Flayer playable because Luminarch Aspirant is playable. I think I'll still do 3 Flare, 3 Tracker. That's fine. I think honestly, curve wise, I think we need to go 4 drops, 8 3 drops max. I don't think we can go above this number. It just makes the shell too clunky. I think this is like perfect. You could try Vraska GQ. Which one's that one? Gold Sabertooth. Which one is that one? There's too many of the same Planeswalker. Are you talking about this one? This is the one I was shitting on. Yeah, I just checked. Shadow Return is legal in Pioneer, correct? Childish Tracker is powerful. Might be better if the deck has some fetches, though. Yeah, there's just not enough value to gain out of Tireless Tracker, unfortunately. She fits Giganthus, certainly does. Yeah, I mean, I think I've seen it in old Rock Pioneer lists, and that's why I tried it, and I did not like it when I played Rock. Seraph is the best worst option. Sorin worth trying, one of each, maybe. I think I'll just I don't know. Maybe might try these 2 Sorins just to give it a go. She can sack clues. Obsidat. I love Obsidat, but Obsidat does not work with Gigantha. I would snap put an Obsidat in the deck though, if I could. Maybe there isn't a Aristocrat build in Abzan that could work. The thing about the half-inch hammer is if you're playing as Aristocrat, you want Mayhem Devil because that's the payoff you want. And if you're not going to play Mayhem Devil, I don't know what else you would want in the deck that's a win con, right? Yeah, Vraska needs other cards to support it. Things like Dreadhorde Invasion. I don't even know what that card does. Hey, Bob. How's it going, buddy? Long time no see, dude. Hope you're doing well. You haven't streamed in a while, right? I feel like you streamed like... I saw you go live like maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and I just wasn't able to tune in. I think we never keep lose 1 life in a mass. So this is like a Bitter Blossom? I mean, I know you're suggesting this nostalgia for Vraska, but I'm also looking at this as just a sideboard card. Like, you make a 1/1, and then no, but then it grows. It might be too slow. It might be too slow. Dan, that Nissa, I love that Nissa. I want that card to work so much in mid-range decks. Because that's what I'm talking about, where like you're constantly making bodies, and it's pluses too. It pluses to make a body. That's what's so good about this card. But then I think it doesn't. It's not really a threat because you make a body and then you minusly make a 1/2. So like single-handedly doesn't do enough. And this is a card that you need to build around. Unfortunately, I've tried it, but I love this card because you plus and you just gain value. You wish Grist was Pioneer legal. I do too, but that at the same time, then Grist also is just, I feel like, too powerful in my opinion. Chakra plus Vasca is street. I hate. I'm sorry, Gold Sabretooth. I'm gonna like hound on your comment. I hate that argument. I see that all the time on like Facebook and stuff with Tracker plus Vraska, and I hate that because when you're sacking a clue, I understand that you, aka, don't have to pay mana to grow the tracker. Like you it grows, but I'm looking at it from like a resource standpoint, and it's like that's already a card that you can have. So essentially, from my point of view, like sure you don't have to spend the 2 mana, but you're plussing a planeswalker and getting no ability out of it. It's literally like put a +1/+1 counter on Tireless Tracker, and I think that's just not good enough. Maybe it's better in Pioneer, but like that's my experience in Modern, and it just annoys me so much because people say that and I do it, and I'm like, that wasn't a good trade for me. I could have already gotten another card. Like I should be getting 2 cards, right? But I'm only getting 1 in this exchange, and that's what like annoys me. I'm not annoyed at you, Gold Saber Tooth. I don't want that to come off the wrong way. I think I just see the argument a ton, and maybe my expectations for these planeswalkers are too high, but I just want to gain more value, and when you're not, it just, oh my god, like I should be winning this game of Magic because I have a planeswalker and a tracker in play, and I'm like, I'm not getting as much card advantage as I should. Like I see stuff like Big Mana Teferi, and it's like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna plus every turn and draw a card every turn. It's like we need something like that. Like that's the metric that planeswalkers have established. Like that's the baseline, the expectation, right? Golgari Nissa is interesting, probably bad, but interesting. Golgari Nissa. Sorry if I'm like really behind on chat. I just want to make sure I acknowledge all the comments. So appreciate everyone for the patience. Whenever land enters the boundary control, we'll put a low the counter on Nissa. I tap target land you control may have it become a 3 haste on turn. -5. Put a creature with mana value. I don't think this does enough. Like turning your land into a 3/3 isn't great. You're not getting any value out of it, and like the landfall doesn't really do anything. And if anything, you're only running 24 lands. Have I considered Nissa Shakes the World? I've also really liked the Nissa a lot because in my old Pioneer list, that's where we topped off at. I haven't tried it, but we can't play this with Gigantha. I would like to play this card, but we can't play with Gigantha. Grist would be sweet. Grist would be sweet, I think it's too good. This makes us lose Gigantha's command exactly. Imagine Grist in a Jund. Yep, it would be really good. Pelucriness is double G. It depends. If you find Rand 6 feet in Legacy, I personally think it's quite overpowered for Pioneer. Rand 6 is just a mistake, for sure. Magic Origins, yeah. This deck is sweet. Yeah, we went 3-2. We lost to Esper Control, which is what it is. I think that's like our worst matchup. And then we lost to Rakdos Sac, and I think I sideboarded incorrectly for game 2, and then game 3 just rolled into 5. Have I tried Shovel? I have not. I think Martin, was it you or was it Garrett in the chat that tried Shovel? And I think it was just too slow. And we have like Vanishing Verse and Abzan Charm. So we have all these exile effects, so like it's like the Kalidas effect where like Kalidas is good, but then it's kind of awkward when we have like Path to Exile, for example, in Modern like years ago. I think it's Shovel's like worse than Kalidas, and we have exile effects. I don't think it's good on paper. Maybe it's worth trying, but I think like fights for Skoos. I think Skoos is better utility. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to call it here, Luconis. I have to go to the gym with my fiance and eat dinner together. So I don't have time for another league, but I will be back Tuesday. But I appreciate everyone tuning in. Might not be good enough. Like to see more of this deck in action. Yeah, I will be back Tuesday. Is Gigantic so good it's worth building the restriction? I think so, Halfing Chamber. Because like I think what you're losing are just like minor cards. Because like we're not gonna add Gideon or Wandering Emperor into the main deck. Because we just want 4 rhinos, and like I mentioned, we want to top out at 4 drops, and we want 4 rhinos. I can see that for maybe cutting 1 rhino for Wandering Emperor, but I don't think that's right. And then we don't want to cut the companion for cyber cards, especially if there's stuff like the cards we're rolling out are like Kalidas, Gideon, Wandering Emperor, like these grindy cards, and in those grindy matchups, we want Gigantha. So it's kind of like a catch-22 that's not a catch-22. Wanderer worse than Soren's? No, we just can't play Wandering Emperor, which you can't. The Shovel and Seraph, the cards I always wanted to work. Yeah, I love Seraph. Seraph is such a cool card. I love Seraph, but it just isn't. I mean, maybe it's good enough in this format. I don't know, but I don't think it's because like there's not enough like unless it's against like Rakdos Sac, for example, then this card's fantastic. But other than that, maybe this is good against Rakdos Sac. Maybe this is our cyber card against it. But I don't think we need cyber cards against Rakdos Sac. Any consideration for Go Blank? So I have not been a fan of Go Blank because you primarily want Go Blank against like Is It Phoenix, right? And they just refuel their graveyard so easily. And the main way we lose to Is It Phoenix is when they just chain cruises together or they cheese us with phoenixes, and we just want 3 rips. And then once you have a rip in play, like you automatically shut off like a treasure cruise, their extra turn spells. If they just hardcast an Arclane Phoenix or 4, like you take that trade and that's worth more than just wiping a yard for 1 turn and then discarding 2 cards. It just rest in peace. I just in these colors, I think Rest in Peace is just better in that matchup. Is going better against Rakdos? I don't think you board on Go Blank against Rakdos. Period. So and I wouldn't board in Rest in Peace either. So it's kind of a wash. You could board in Go Blank against Control, but I'd rather have Duress. So it's a worse Bitter Blossom. Yeah, I was probably back when I was talking about Dread Horde. I already gave up and I made I never play basket. What do you think of it as +1 get 2 mana for Occludes? I don't like that, honestly. I think 1 can never go wrong with Go Blank. More sources for Drillium T. That's true too. Again, I think I'd rather just have the Duress with the rips. Like in Rakdos, Go Blank is fantastic. Go Blank is so good in Rakdos. But I think in Abzan we have Rest in Peace. It's just better. Yeah, that's my thought. Seems good in the sub from Midrange Pioneer. Yeah, I'm not a fan of her either, but asking for like, yeah, for sure. Thanks, honestly. Just play Stoneforge Mystic. Alrighty, let's go. this is Stoneforge Mystic, and this is the Stoneforge Mystic of Pioneer. Man, I gotta go. These people keep typing. I really appreciate everyone tuning in and contributing to the chat. This is awesome. Really appreciate it. This is a great stream. I love the interaction. Really appreciate it. John, thanks for reset, buddy. 25 months, man. Over 2 years. Caught the end of the stream. What a way to end the stream, man. Appreciate it, buddy. I just read the last second of the stream. Yeah, sorry, Leo. Ripper's a heavy hitter for sure. Yep. Good argument about the Phoenix mess up. Makes sense. Yep. How do we do? We went 3-2. We lost because of you, because we won game 1 against Rakdos Sac, and then game 2 I sideboarded wrong and I boarded all my thought seizes, and that's incorrect. And then game 3 we mull into 5, and we almost won that game 3 too. So it's all your fault, Mark. It's all your fault. Oh, but since you came back, these are the changes I want to make. I want to cut the Weather Runestone and the 2 Seraphs. I want to try Redain in the sideboard, and then I kind of want to try one of these Planeswalkers. I don't know which one yet, so this is something I'll be tanking. And I'm going to cut a Blooming Marsh for a Deathcap Blade. These are the changes I'm going to make. All right, everybody, we're tuning out. Again, if you haven't already, please follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitch if you haven't. Really appreciate all the support. Sub to my YouTube. I'm like a couple subscribers off of 700. It's a huge milestone for me. I would really appreciate it if you go to my YouTube and subscribe there. I'm so close. If you want to join the Discord, come hang out. This is where we're going to talk more about this deck. I'll probably post this list in the Discord, and if you want to put more input, we can talk more in the Discord. I really appreciate everyone who's already in the Discord already. We just broke over 200 people. All y'all are amazing. I love you guys. Everyone who posts in there, chats it up, and provides any cardboard picks, their tournament reports, their input on anything, I appreciate it. As a small content creator, people who hang out in my Discord, it means a lot. Like I said, my next stream will be Tuesday. So I'll probably be live. I don't know if I'll be live around this time. I'll be live somewhere around this time. Either I'll be like in the middle of this stream or starting or probably ending the stream. Like I don't know. It'll depend on it'll depend on my work. Ooh, Fluffy Everos co-stream. Let's fucking go, dude. Let's do this. So I love Fluffy Wolf. He's one of my buddies. We've done a couple co-streams together. He's one of my favorite streamers, and he is on Everos' stream today. And Evros is also an amazing streamer. He kind of has great chill vibes. And Fluffy is one of those, like, I'm not usually a fan of dry humor, but Fluffy has the best fucking dry humor ever, dude. Unbelievable dry humor. Check out Fluffy Wolf. Check out Everest. Please send them some love. They're playing some modern, some Red Green Prison. Let's fucking go, y'all. Smear Beto, subscriber 700, dude. Love you, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Alrighty. This is a great stream. This is fun. Again, shout out to all the follows today. John, P6 for the sub, and Mike, rate of 51, and everyone stayed, and everyone hung out, and Roundsy for their tier 2 sub too. Really appreciate it. A reminder that Grim Flayer became a fucking 13-13 today. And that's the highlight of the stream, so that's awesome. All right, I appreciate everyone for joining and hanging out. I hope my next stream again will be Tuesday. Hope to catch everyone then. I'll probably be playing this list, and we'll probably change the last sideboard card, and we'll be running it back. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy. Catch everyone next time. Bye. Also a banger song, too.